Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I have recently completed playing Fran Bow, which I had been playing for years at this point. I think I was looking at the achievements and I had been recording Fran Bow for over 2 years. The first time I loaded up was in 2019, which I believe I also tried to make a video on Fran Bow back then, but it didn't really stick, unlike this time where I have finally completed the series. I'm super proud of myself, but I decided to end off the series. I wanted to make a video sharing my top 5 moments while playing Fran Bow. So to start off this list, I do want to say that these are in no particular order. I just wrote down the top moments that came to my head first, and some of them kind of make sense, some of them don't, some of them are a brief moment, some of them are a little bit longer, but this is just due to my experiences while playing the game. And if you have other favorite moments while playing the game or while watching me play the game, then leave them down below in the comments. I want to see what you guys thought of the entire series. Okay, so to start this list, I have my first pick over here as meeting the kids in the asylum. Many of the characters in Fran Bow have really amazing dialogue. A lot of it is really playful and funny, even though there are some dark moments. I really enjoy the kids in particular in Fran Bow because just the way the things are written, a lot of it is just really funny. It does seem like it comes from a kid most of the time, just the answers are just absolutely ludicrous. Fran can be so witty sometimes and I absolutely love that, but the kids in the asylum in particular, I believe they had really good dialogue and I really enjoyed meeting every single one of them, even though they did have some very serious illnesses or were struggling with things. It was very enjoyable to talk to them and see what they had to say. Even the wording that some of them used was absolutely amazing. The imagination in this game is really good, and that is why I chose this as being some of my top moments. Second on my list is the sneaky rat thief, and I don't know why this moment stuck out to me so much, but there was something about just saying sneaky rat thief several times that just got me absolutely addicted to it and made me remember that scene where you find the comb for the rat and you get to brush the little rat's fur, and it was just such an adorable scene. It was a beautifully drawn picture, but also just the saying like sneaky rat thief, that stuck with me like I didn't expect it to. I went on to play other games, including Skyrim, where I created a character called Sneak Thief, and that was purely from the phrase sneaky rat thief. I just took out the rat part because there wasn't space, but if there was space, I probably would have added that in as well. That is just a moment that has been stuck in my brain. I love looking at the thumbnail for that. I will say that overall, some of my best memories from the whole game is just the aftermath while making the thumbnails. I had so much fun making the thumbnails, and I am so proud of the thumbnails that I ended up creating. Out of all of my series, those are the thumbnails that I can look at and I can really associate it with the game and moments in the game, and it was a lot of fun just trying to capture a certain feeling in a thumbnail. And I know it's off topic, but I really enjoyed making the thumbnails in Fran Bow. I think the artwork in that game is absolutely incredible. Third on my list, I put down the twins, and this is not just a single moment, but I think the overall storyline with the twins, Mia and Clara, getting to explore their house and getting to meet them, that was really fun, getting to know them in a way. Later on throughout the series, there are little hints that go back to the twins, which I really enjoyed. But I definitely just remember that time while playing in the twins' house, and I don't know if I ended the game there when I tried to play it the first time, or I don't know why those specific moments stick out to me. Maybe it was just the colors, maybe it was just the whole concept of you're in the twins' house, the evil twins. I'm not too sure, but those are memories that I really do remember, and even later in the game I was able to get the references to the twins very quickly, unlike other references where it kind of took me a second to be like, oh wait, wasn't that in that you know what I'm saying. It was more like, oh, those are the twins, Mia and Clara. Oh, were those the twins, Mia and Clara, you know. And that was just something I really enjoyed about it. I'm glad that they added those twins into the game. I had a lot of fun getting to know them and everything. I will say that something else I do remember, and it is very strange, is just how I looked while recording those moments when I was in the twins' house. And I don't know why my appearance sticks out to me, but I can actually like see a little Katie in the corner while I was busy recording it. I thought I looked absolutely fabulous. I loved my hair the way it was. I loved the makeup that I did that day. And that is just something that's seared in my brain. That's probably also one of the reasons why I remember playing twins so much, is because I was probably looking into the mirror a lot that day. But if you take me out of the equation, I think the twins still would have been on the list. Number 4 on the list is going to that magical place that I cannot say no matter how long I've been playing the game. It's I'll put it on screen. Just going to that magical place. Overall, it was a very nice place to be. The colors again are very vibrant, very happy. You really do get this feeling of this is a type of paradise, which is almost how it's described. It's obviously described a different way in more detail, but everything in that world is very well done. I love the fact that they are like walking around vegetables and giant praying mantis and grasshoppers and, you know, fly creatures. I think that is amazing. Of course, you have Pilometres, who I love him so much. He is such a good character. Specifically though, I do want to point out kind of the beginning of when Fran is turned into a tree and she is brought in front of the king, and that is your first kind of experience in this reality. This moment sticks in my mind for probably one main reason, and that is actually a fun little story to tell. Way back when this game first came out, I believe it came out in like 2011 or something insane. Maybe that was Skyrim. I think that was Skyrim. This game came out a long time ago. And I had started watching somebody else play the game on YouTube, and I was very interested in the game. I don't remember how far I actually got watching it. While I was playing the game now, I actually didn't remember any of what I had watched previously, so it was like playing a brand new game to me. But way back in the day, I was watching someone play Fran Bow on YouTube, and I was very into it. And so when I ended up spending time with my boyfriend at the time, he was very sweet. He had actually gotten the game and set it up on his laptop so that when I came over, I would be able to play Fran Bow, and it was the sweetest thing in the world when he opened up the laptop and showed me this was the specific place that he was at in the game and that he said I can continue from. That is one moment I'll absolutely remember. The guy I was with was a absolute gem, so that was a memory that I don't think I'll ever forget. I didn't even play the game when he showed it to me. I think I got distracted and then we ended up watching a movie instead, but that is a moment that I'll always remember, and whenever I play Fran Bow and I get to that point, I will always think of this amazing person in my life when I was like 16. That was one of my top moments, was just playing through that moment and just being able to kind of remember my past. That was very special to me, so I had to put it on my top 5 moments of the game. Now, before we get to the last moment that I have on the list, I do want to give an honorable mention to my sweet little dog who constantly interrupted me during the recording of Fran Bow. She was always in the background barking or scratching at the door or doing something that would make me stop and yell at her. I edited a lot of that footage out, so I wasn't able to find way too many moments of it, but I was able to find 2 specific moments of her pissing me off while I'm trying to record Fran Bow, and I thought, you know what, she wanted attention, she's got it. She made it into a video for once, and she just did it again. I don't know if you heard it, but she just had like this cough spasm thing. This dog loves attention, let me tell you what. Hello, I'm Fran. What are you doing? Good day. I'm Pruter, and I'm molding this piece of iron. Kayla? Hey! Stop it. That won't be a problem. I'm a very problematic point in my life. I thought everything was going to be better when Kitty and I got home. It's my dog. While recording Fran Bow, there were a lot of things going on at different points in my life, which is why it took me 2 years to finish the series, even though I only filmed 20 episodes of it. During the middle of last year, the middle of 2022, I got very, very sick, and it got to the point where I couldn't even get out of bed at all, let alone to sit down and to be able to film. It was very sudden that it happened. It wasn't something that I had seen coming. It literally just happened one night. I went to the hospital, came back, I was fine, happened again, went to the hospital, came back, and it just kept happening until it got to the point where I was stuck in bed every single day for, I want to say a week, 2 weeks, I don't actually know. I can look back and make sure, but I'm not going to do that. Point is, I was very sick and I wasn't able to get out of bed and record, and so that made it very difficult to continue any of my series. Once I got better, after actually being admitted into hospital and being treated properly, I wanted to be 100% better before returning to YouTube, because my biggest fear, especially while streaming, was that I would be busy playing a game, streaming, recording, doing whatever, and one of these episodes would hit me and I would get sick on stream or while I was recording, or wasn't going to be 100% myself while recording, and people would be able to see that and wouldn't be able to enjoy it as much. So I did want to get fully better before I returned, and it just took a lot longer for me to return, even though I felt fully okay. I do get sick every now and again, and it is absolutely terrible, but I am at a point where I'm able to kind of record videos, edit. When I started releasing the videos at the start of this year, or like mid-January, around there, I had spent the beginning of January sitting down editing because I have felt better, and I hadn't recorded the last 2 episodes of Fran Bow yet. I had episode, I believe 17 and 18, but I hadn't edited it yet, so I sat down, I edited it, and then I sat down later and I recorded it. So it had been a long time since I played Fran Bow, and I thought it was absolutely ludicrous that literally if I had just recorded an extra hour of footage that I would have finished the game, but instead I waited half a year because I had a terrible illness. When I did record the ending, it was such a nice surprise for me. I think because I did take such a long break from being sick, and I hadn't recently seen the previous episodes or the previous gameplay of Fran Bow, it was kind of such a nice surprise seeing all of the returning characters, because for me, I haven't seen Palometris in like 8 months. I haven't seen Itwood in like 6 months. So it was such a nice surprise to see the ending, and although it was a bit brutal at the end, I think we all know which parts I'm talking about, it was such a happy ending. It was so lighthearted. She was surrounded by people who loved her and cared about her. She finally got Mr. Midnight back, which that sneaky cat kept going off and kept annoying me, because I'm like, just stay in one place and stop getting kidnapped. Like, it's not that difficult. But yeah, the ending was absolutely lovely. I really, really enjoyed it, like I've said before. And so I decided I was going to put it on the list for my top 5 best moments while playing Fran Bow. So after the game had ended, I was a bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. I am the type of person where I need to kind of know what happens, and when you kind of leave something up in the air, it worries me like you wouldn't believe it. I am still pissed that Kyle XY didn't get a 4th season and ended the way it did, because I just need to know what happens next. So I did do some Googling afterwards to see if the internet could give me any clarification on any of my worries. Still don't exactly know what happened, but apparently, according to the internet and according to the creator of Fran Bow had experienced psychosis for most of her life, and she had been booked into Oswald Asylum several times, apparently, by her mother and her aunt, who were on board with this whole experimental thing. This is the way I understand it, at least. then one day her parents decided, like, listen, we need to stop doing this, like, this guy is bad news. And then that's when her parents died, and then she ended up back in Oswald Asylum. And then that's when they started giving her the medication, which enhanced her psychosis and caused to kind of have like those visions that the player is able to go in between states during the game. So I was trying to figure out what exact illness she had. I couldn't find a name, but it's not that important. I was just really curious. Some other interesting things I found while googling this stuff is that you're supposed to be able to finish the game in between like 7 or 8 hours, more or less, is what the average person said. If I look on Steam, it took me 15 hours to complete Fran Bow, so that is a little bit shameful. I basically doubled my timing while playing Fran Bow. I did have fun though, I will say that. And I hadn't completed like 10 of the achievements, and there's only 18 achievements or something. So at some point I am going to have to play through the entire game again, probably on my own time. I won't record that because you guys have already seen me play it. And try and get those achievements, because I'm the type of person, I need to get all of the achievements before I can uninstall the game and move on. And I need space on my PC, so I'm gonna have to play through Fran Bow again pretty soon. Right, those were my top 5 moments while playing Fran Bow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that you're notified every time I post a new video. I'm going to be starting a new series very soon. I know I said that at the end of the Fran Bow series, but I wanted to make this video because, I don't know, something in me was just like, you know what, I gotta make this video. There are so many Fran Bow stories that I want to tell and experiences I want to share, so this is my opportunity to share them. Keep your eyes peeled for the new series that I'm going to release next month. Thank you for going on this Fran Bow journey with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!